Are We Clear for Takeoff? This dramatic image was awarded an excellence at the PPOC, also known as Professional Photographers of Canada, their 2023 National Image Salon. It was selected the best in class in editorial, a judge's choice, and became part of the loan collection. It also helped the maker, Ariane Desbiens, become the Commercial Photographer of the Year. We are about to find out what went on behind the scenes to create this image. Welcome to Award-Winning Images Explained. My name is Manpreet and I'm your host. Today I'm thrilled to have Ariane Desbiens to chat about her award-winning image, Are We Clear for Takeoff? From a career in communication to the colorful world of photography, Ariane studied commercial photography at Collège Marchand in Montreal and today is specializing in portrait, fashion, and commercial photography. This year, 2023, she was recognized as the Commercial Photographer of the Year by Professional Photographers of Canada, also known as PPOC. The following quote is from her website and speaks volumes about her. So in her words, I like encounters that become friendships, projects that don't feel like work, creations that take me out of the ordinary. So, welcome Ariane and congratulations for being the Commercial Photographer of the Year.
Thank you so much, Manpreet. It's nice to be here with you.
It's nice to have you here. Now, tell us, Ariane, in your own words, who the person behind the camera is. Who is Ariane? What's your background? And how you got started in photography?
Yes, so to start off, I did a bachelor in communication, which I worked a couple years. It was just in a regular office, like nothing much creative. And so I did some photography class at night. And after spending like a couple grand, I was like, okay, let's jump to the full class, right? So I did the commercial class in Collège Marchand. It's 14 months scholar, like in photography. So how I did this switch was kind of, I just fell in love with like all the classes, so I just continue like learning. And after my school, then I just started right off. And as I've seen, like the background in communication helps me understand like how image can be used to advertise or target public, speak and appeal to them. So like they both work like together.
So this image that we're going to talk about, Are We Clear for Takeoff? Was this done for a client?
It was actually done for my partner. We've been together almost 17 years this year. And we actually met at a pilot summer camp. It was
Nice.
in the cadets. So I'm not a pilot. I'm a musician. So I was in the band and he was helping the pilot class. So that's where the plane love started. So he's been renting this plane for like, I don't know, about 2 years. And last year they got it painted because it looked a little bit old before. So the timing was kind of perfect.
And what inspired you to create this image? What was your thought process before you started putting this image together?
Yeah, I don't remember like fully. I had this idea in mind for a moment, but usually it came at night. Like I don't sleep, and then I have just thought, and then I'd put them together. So I had an idea of to create an image that has like a cinematic feel that will tell a full story about the pilot, and in like, can he go for the ride or not? Or the ride, I don't know if you call that in English.
Flight.
Flight, yeah, for a flight. So usually when I'm night, I do write down everything and do a drawing because then I don't want to forget it. So I did. I'll show you a little bit later on. I have the plan that I did. It's really ugly, but that helps me set up everything. So.
So what did your shoot setup look like? What gear did you use? What lighting equipment did you use? How did you go about it? The actual shoot.
Yeah, I'll show you. Just a second. Sorry. So the important part for me in all that photography was the lighting. It was the most important, but for the rest, I used my Nikon D810 plus 16-28 Tokina lens. So that was the basic, but for me it was more the lighting that was important. So do you want to see my drawing?
Yeah, absolutely. Share your screen.
Yes, I'll show you this.
Yeah.
So that's what I draw at I don't know, at midnight when I had this idea. So my first idea was to use like regular studio strobes with a battery pack. So that's my drawing. It's not cute. It's just for me to set up everything so you can see. I draw the full plane, and then that's the airport with all the buildings. And that's another shot I did, which isn't today, but I did both in the same day. So yeah, I'll return to you.
So that's interesting. Do you keep that notebook by your bedside?
Yes. Yes,
Smart.
I have to do it because that's the way my mind works. I have idea at night, so I have to roll it all down. So that was my first plan, first idea that I had. It was my first time photographing a plane. It's not human, so it's like so huge. It's 36 feet wide. It's complex. It's nothing I've never shot before that day. So to capture all the details everywhere, I decided to use a speed light. So I have an old Nikon SB700. It's like 10 years old. It did the job. I use it with gels and then composite. So, and I'll have a video to show you after how we did it.
Okay.
So, and there was something special because we had like a time frame that was very little. I have 3 toddlers, so I have a 1, a 3, and a 5-year-old toddlers. So I have to have someone taking care of them, and the night is coming pretty quick because it was in April. So the total shoot took about 45 minutes for everything. So take out the plane, do the photo, and like go around with the teal gel, and then do again with the yellow gel, and then bring back the plane where it was. So it was kind of really, really quick, and it was raining, which was perfect. I wouldn't have asked for better because that's what I was aiming. But I mean, I was lucky. So at the same time, using speed light was easier, even if it was better, like for the rain. So yeah, that's what I use. I mean, it was on a tripod, and then
What tripod do you use?
I don't even know. I have it for like 10 years. I don't know. It's just a regular Manfrotto tripod with the circle head. I don't know which one I use. I'm sorry.
And were you alone? Did you have help? Do you work with assistants?
So I do work with assistant, but that was for my husband. So he did the assistant because he's the one on the photo, but I needed him just for like 3 shots, so he did the rest. So he helped me click, and I was going around with the speed light, and he helped me for the plane as well. So he was my assistant that time.
Did you need special permission at the airport to shoot there, or
no? Because it's the plane he rented. So nope, I didn't need a special. We have our access key and everything, so it's like we have access to it, right? It's not and it's a small airport too. Like it's in St. George both, so it's different than the bigger airport too.
Okay, you want to share the video that you talked about?
Let's see. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Perfect. So the first part you're gonna see, it's how I did it. So it's a little behind the scene of how we did it. I said we, talking about my partner.
Yeah.
So you can see me and him going around the plane. And then at that part, I think the hardest part was actually to put it together because it's a full composite, right? So I had, to keep all the parts to fit the colors. So like the yellow would be the lighter part, and then the teal would be in the shadow. So that's what took me the longest. So I have about 45 images in there. And that's a quick fast forward, but it was really the longest part. Total retouching took me about 7 hours. I did try to do it automatically. It didn't work. Automatic function doesn't always work great. So yeah, I did it all manually, select all the parts that would fit to reality, right? And I mean, a lot of people didn't know this was like painting. People think it was just retouching, but no. So it was all handmade. Right? So, and some of the thing I had to do afterward was just adjusting the color, and then make sure everything fits. Like even the light at the back of the hangar were all made with the speed lights, and then I went cloud chasing for the cloud and the mist. Is that how you call that? So, and then I had to make sure all the shadows were right, so to bring them back where they weren't or were. And that was, I say it like it was simple. It was 7 hours, so it was actually one of my first composite. I'm not a composite photographer. I am more now because I've took this photo last year, so I had done more, but at the time I hadn't done a lot. So yeah.
And you had quite a few layers there.
Yeah.
So you worked with a yellow light and a teal light.
Yeah, I had.
Color, is that?
Yeah, I used two gels. One was more orangey, and the other one was really, I think you called it teal in English, like between green and blue.
And green.
Yes, so that was a teal one. So the color were there. So
yeah, so that color combination gives it a more cinematic feel.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. So as you've seen, even like the lights on the, do you call that a hangar, like where the planes are asleep? Yeah, so they were not there because it was a quick light. So I've made them back with my my partner. So everything is.
And then you created the mist in Photoshop, is it?
Yeah. So I took photos of clouds, and then I learned how to do it. I've never done it before, so now I have lots of cloud and mist in Photoshop that I've chased around town. So yeah.
Nice. No, it's a brilliant composite. Your regular work is like what? It's not this kind of commercial work. What do you do as a regular?
It depends. I do lots of commercial work and miss small towns, so it's not always need to have more complex shoot. But from time to time, I do have. I work as well in Quebec and Montreal, so that's where I need to do more like complex shoot. So.
Well, I'm sure this will get you way more commercial work and more composites to do.
Yeah, I mean, it was last year, so yeah, since then I've done like a lot of more like composites.
Well, no, that was a brilliant piece of work. Now, I think you deserved the accolades you got, the Commercial Photographer of the Year.
Thank you.
Now, how does this becoming a Commercial Photographer of the Year, how does it impact your photography? How did it help you improve? Was it valuable?
Yes, it is, and I don't think I can still see the full length of it, if I can say that. Like, it's just starting. We'll see in a couple of months, but like I still can't believe that I've won among so talented photographer. So as for now, in my community, people are proud to have like a national winner in a small town. I had like great newspaper coverage, interviews, and so on. And like it's always bring a couple of phone calls. And when I say it always get some good coverage for newspaper, I mean reach out to your newspaper even if you have like one accepted image. Like newspaper and journalists love to showcase what people like do great. So send out those press release. That's the communication girl talking.
So you just write a letter to the news agencies, and you get a press release.
No, actually, when you participate to the competition with the PPOC, usually they send you the press release afterwards, so you can use that as a starting point. You can send it right like that, as it's my main field communication as well. I usually rewrite it and add like more juice so they like it. It's more local, and then you can send it out. So yeah.
Now that must do wonders even for your business, right?
It is. I mean, people sometimes like they don't consider much the more traditional medias, but they still exist, and there's still of people, if your public is there, that still read it. And I had a client telling me, oh, you know how clients sometimes tell you like you're expensive or whatever, and it's like, oh, but you were winning photographer, so it's like you're worth it. I'm like, oh yeah, right, because he saw it in the newspaper, right? So
Yeah. No, it does make a difference, even in the
yes,
client's mind, that
yes,
they can trust you, and
yeah. So you can do it even if you have one accepted image, because media will still share it. So
yeah. So what advice would you give to a photographer, maybe in a small town, who does a bit of commercial work and thinking whether they should enter a competition or not? What would you tell them?
I have just the perfect word, just go for it, okay? And you can ask help of a mentor or a friend, like a photographer's friend, because they can have like amazing inputs on what you wouldn't have known otherwise. So it will make your work grow so much you can't even think about it. So a shout out to my mentor at the same time. And the most of all, never give up, because it may take several years of trying and losing, because it comes with it too, or having bad comments, but you have to see them as a improvement comments. So yeah, I still think a good way to approach competition is to see it as a way of growth. So yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, I totally agree. And joining a place like PPOC or any association that is local to the photographer, getting to meet other photographers, getting mentorship, it is invaluable, I think.
yeah, and I mean, probably but it's my first time winning at the PPOC or anywhere, like even just winning a category for like the editorial category for that plain photo.
Yeah.
Like it's my first time having all these high score, loan collection, and it's just show to never give up, because I've participated so many years now and never had like more than one merit the year before. And this year's just like I work, I focus. And it's the same goes with if you do accreditation, for example. I remember my first accreditation with PPUC took me 3 times to have it. So it's just never give up.
When did you join PPOC?
I'm an old timer. I actually joined school, so like 2012, 2013. But I only had my first accreditation. I think it was 2018 or 19. So it took me a long time, but I was still finding what I liked.
You were improving gradually till now you are the commercial photographer of the year. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for sharing your knowledge, your experience, and the video. I will put the links in the show notes. Where can people see more of your work, or if they want to reach out to you for, other work? What's the best place?
Yes. There's a couple places. You can follow me on Facebook, but it's in French. Sorry for that. If you want in English, I have Instagram, YouTube, and my website's in English too. It's www.ariane.ca. Ariane, you spell it Ariann.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you for receiving me.
It's been a pleasure chatting with you. Now, thank you for watching this video, and remember, if you like such videos, make sure you subscribe and give this video a like. Thank you.